Hey everybody, this is Bradley Benner with Lead Gadget and the ATM. This is Thursday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. So it's 7:30 a.m. and it looks like we don't have any questions on the events page today. Only a couple people RSVP'd, so this may be a very short Q&A webinar today. However, I would like to make kind of an announcement. I'm actually going to be developing a team building training program for Lead Gadget and for ATM site building. So I think you guys know I've talked about for several weeks now, probably about 2 months now, that I've trained a couple virtual assistants to build sites for me, and now I'm training a team leader to manage the whole project for me. And we're actually trying to refine the processes a bit and develop some systems that we can duplicate and scale. And we're working on integrating like a workforce management application so that we can, a team leader can assign work, provide campaign research, assign projects, create projects and assign projects to builders, and then track time and progress. So there'll be time tracking for each one of the builders, and to make it, to make sure that they're being productive and efficient. And we'll have a team leader in place to be able to manage all the projects and assign them and monitor progress and everything else. And so it's going to be several weeks, probably anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks before I have all of that in place. But I think it's going to be pretty important. I know Darren, who has recently started adding a bunch of, or doing training videos for Lead Gadget, is going to be working more on training the individual builders. But I'm going to be working on building the training program for building an ATM building team. Okay, so for setting up an ATM building team, and hiring virtual assistants, training them, and then managing them and scaling. That's what I'm going to be working on. So I'm actually pretty excited about it. I spoke with Brian and Dawn about it the other day, or Brian and Darren, excuse me, about it the other day, and we decided that yes, that's something that we're going to do. Now, that's going to be a paid program. The training that is being offered for individual Lead Gadget members, that's part of Lead Gadget. But the team builder training, that's going to be an upgrade. It's going to be an offer that's going to be made for anybody that wants it. But specifically, it's going to be for targeting people that want to grow, provide services like an agency would, right? So you'll be able to have a team of virtual assistants building sites for you, so that you can provide services to agencies, or scale your business quite rapidly. So it's going to be rather it's going to be a big project for me to put together anyways. That's what I've been working on for a couple of months, is building my own team. And so now what I'm going to do is go back and kind of whitewash our processes a bit to where, so they're not so proprietary, they're more general. And then develop the training for that and try to put everything in an organized fashion to where we can essentially onboard new members that can just hire virtual assistants and run them through the training program, and then integrate them into their workforce management app and time tracking apps, and start really scaling out, having a building team in place. So it's going to be a while, but I'm pretty excited about it because it's a rather large project. It's going to be a lot of pieces to it. But once it's put together, I think it'll be something that can be a real benefit to those of you that are looking to scale beyond just yourself building sites, which I can be on. Like we've been building sites now. I've got 2 builders that have been building now for a couple months, and they're doing really well now, and we're starting to generate some pretty good revenue from those sites too. So I'm pretty excited about this. So I wanted to share that with you guys. If you have any questions, post them on the events page, because it looks like we're pretty much empty right now. I don't see any questions, guys. I'm not going to sit here and talk for no reason. I made my little announcement, and I'm ready to get back to work. I'm actually, just so you guys know, I'll share this with you because we have a few moments. There's a workforce management application that I'm just got signed up for a couple days ago, and I'm starting to implement and move my working procedures and my processes into this application. But it's called Flow, and it's let me grab a URL for you guys real quick, and I'll drop it on the events page. I'm actually developing a training program right now for my other business that's going to be launched on June 28th. It's an entire training course on how to hire outsourcers, screen them. Well, it's called Outsource Kingpin, and it's an entire training product on how to outsource, how to find, recruit VAs, virtual assistants, how to put them through a hiring funnel, then interview them and hire them, and then train them, and then manage them and scale your business and build an organization. I'm working on that right now. That launches on June 28th, and I should be done with the training possibly by tomorrow. So then I'm going to be working on this ATM building training. So anyways, I just want to let you know I'm working on moving all my processes into this this Flow app, which let me post this. This is called Flow. Posting this on the events page. Anyways, I can see this being an application that we use quite a bit in order to keep our projects and our teams organized, so that we can have like a team leader that can manage assigning work, monitoring the progress, checking the quality of the the completed projects, that kind of thing. It's got a chat function inside of this application, as well as to-do lists and task management and all that kind of stuff. So it looks pretty cool, and I've been in it for a couple days now. I'm going to be trying to move all of my processes into that. So we'll probably be integrating something similar to that into the actual builder training. So, but that's what we're trying to do, is get a process in place that can be duplicated, so that anybody can go out and hire virtual assistants, put them through the training program that we're going to have in place, and then have an organization so that you can start building, dozens or even hundreds of sites per week, which is really the key. So the goal is to get our builders to build, 25 to 30 sites per day each. Right. And so if think about that. If you've got just one builder in place that's building even 25 sites per day, that's 125 sites per week in a 5-day work week. So you can see that that's a lot of damn sites. So for, an agency level, that's probably not much for an agency level that's building sites for companies, but it can be scaled. You could add 4 builders and they're building now 100 sites per day or 500 sites a week. And that's a lot. And so we want to make it to where it's easy, where you guys don't have to do anything other than just hire the virtual assistants, but there will actually even be a process or a method that you can use to automate, at least partially automate, the hiring process, to where you can run people through what I call a hiring funnel. And by the time they get through the funnel, you're going to have really qualified candidates that you could interview for the jobs or for the positions. So anyway, I just thought I'd share with that. If you guys check out the Get Flow app. It's pretty cool. I recommend that even if you're just going to be building on your own, sometimes it makes sense, at least for me, it makes sense to try to create working procedures or processes and document what it is that I do for, various tasks in my business, and put them in a location that is, can be viewed. Because what happens is, if you want to start outsourcing any of the tasks that you do in your business, it's good to have the working procedures in place. And they're very, very time consuming to create. And it sucks. It's no fun creating them. So just work on it a little bit at a time. Because as you start to develop your working procedures, which are basically how you complete tasks, documents of how you complete tasks, they can be in video and or written. And that way, when you do decide to start outsourcing, you'll have the instruction manual for how to do various tasks in your business. And so if you're going to start doing that, I recommend starting sooner than later with using some sort of task management application, so that it just becomes routine for you to enter in the working procedures into that app whenever you work on something new. And over time, you'll start to develop a library, an archive of working procedures, which will make it really easy for you to start to scale your business whenever you decide to start outsourcing. And so I recommend that. And like I said, I've looked at a whole bunch of different task management applications. And so far, I think this Flow app seems to be about the best. And it's from the same developers of Slack, which is that chat application, which I've actually been using for about a year now. So I like it. anyways, that said, just know that, guys, over the next few weeks, I'm going to be really, really deep into trying to get this all set up. So our Q&A webinars, unless there's a lot of questions, they're going to be really, really short. So it's up to you guys. If you want these Q&A webinars to be more educational, then post some damn questions. If not, then I'll just come on, I'll make an announcement, give you guys an update about the progress of the project, and then I'm going to close it out. So it looks like there's no questions today. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. We'll see you guys next week. If you have any questions, don't forget, post them on the event page. I'll take care of them there. Thanks. See y'all later.